I'm on this type shit like, who gives a fuck? That's what you niggas been waiting on? Well, all this, what you niggas been waiting on?
We really live this shit we talk about, you hear me? We real deal live this shit, stupid ass. You niggas stupid or what? Go look at our video. Could see you the last one standing. Like I said, could.
Ayo, what's good, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into this wild situation, make sure you're locked in and notifications are on, because we're breaking down some heavy industry drama that's got the entire hip-hop world buzzing. Today, we're talking about NBA YoungBoy's reaction after Pooh Shiesty sent some slick shots his way. And trust me, this tension is already feeling dangerous, and it's escalating fast. Alright, gang, here's what we're getting into. When Pooh Shiesty first touched down from prison, he wasted no time hopping on Bendedin's stream to tap in with the fans. But during that live, things took an unexpected turn real quick. Ben was on the phone with streamer Rocky, and once he handed the phone to Pooh Shiesty, Rocky started repping for KT NBA YoungBoy's camp, for anyone who doesn't know. And this is where it got real messy. Pooh Shiesty played it off like he didn't even know what 4KT was, basically throwing shade at NBA YoungBoy right there on live for everyone to see.
I'm 4K Train.
Who?
But see, this situation goes way deeper than just some messy stream moment. We're talking loyalty, prison politics, street reputations, and industry ties that stretch back years. This isn't just two rappers trading slick looks. This is about picking sides in a war that's already taken lives, and could take more if it keeps escalating. From King Von's tragic death in Atlanta, to Lil Durk standing 10 toes behind Pooh Shiesty during his federal case, to NBA YoungBoy's recent words on Instagram Live, we're about to connect every dot. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this beef feels so dangerous, and what could actually stop hip-hop from losing more people. To really understand how we got here, we've got to rewind to November 6, 2020, the night everything changed. King Von, Lil Durk's closest friend, basically his little brother, was outside an Atlanta hookah lounge when he crossed paths with Quando Rondo and his crew. Now, Von and Quando had been throwing shots at each other online for months, but nobody expected what happened next. According to Quando Rondo himself, he didn't even realize it was King Von at first. In an interview with Angela Yee, he said he was planning to let them walk by, until somebody swung first. What started as a fistfight spiraled fast into gunfire, and Von was allegedly shot multiple times by Quando's associate, Lil Tim. King Von died that night, and the entire hip-hop culture felt that loss. And this is where NBA YoungBoy gets pulled into the mix. Quando Rondo was the very first artist YoungBoy signed to his Never Broke Again label. They were locked in like family. So once Quando was tied to that incident involving Von, it instantly dragged YoungBoy into the middle of the storm. Even though YoungBoy wasn't there and had nothing to do with what happened, the streets don't move on technicalities. In their eyes, YoungBoy's name was already attached, and that's where things really started to turn. Artist was killed, Lil Durk's best friend, which instantly turned those sides into enemies. And things only got more intense when NBA YoungBoy dropped records like Bring the Hook, where he name-dropped O'Block and made it feel like he was disrespecting Von's memory. Lines like "This Ain't That," "Squid Game," "O'Block Pack Get Rolled Up" sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop world. That was the moment Durk knew he couldn't stay quiet anymore, and that's when the beef between OTF and NBA officially went up another level. Now, to really understand why Pooh Shiesty rides so hard with Lil Durk, you've got to look at their history. Back in 2020, Durk hopped on Pooh Shiesty's record Back in Blood, and that feature changed everything. That song became Shiesty's first real breakout hit and stamped his name in the game. Without Durk's cosign, Pooh Shiesty might have still been in Memphis, grinding for attention. But this loyalty goes way deeper than just one hit record. When Pooh Shiesty got hit with federal charges in 2021, most of the industry went ghost. That's usually how it goes. Once the feds are involved, people start backing away. Nobody wants that spotlight, because the eyes are always watching. But Lil Durk didn't move like that. Throughout Shiesty's entire bid, Durk stayed vocal. Show after show, interview after interview, he kept saying his name, yelling "Free Pooh Shiesty" from the stage, making sure he wasn't forgotten while everyone else moved on to the next hot artist. Durk was also one of the main ones putting money on Shiesty's books and making sure he was straight behind the walls. That kind of loyalty is rare in this industry, fam. Most artists will cut you off the second you become a liability, but Durk showed Pooh Shiesty what real brotherhood looks like. So when Pooh Shiesty finally came home, he knew exactly who held him down and who he had to stand behind no matter what. And when Pooh Shiesty first touched down, he was eager to tap back in with the fans and get back to the music. He jumped on Ben Don's stream just trying to show love, take pics, and salute the people who held him down while he was locked up. But while that stream looked innocent on the surface, some serious industry tension started creeping in. Rakai, who's known as a heavy NBA YoungBoy supporter, called in while Benadon had him on the line. And once the phone got passed to Pooh Shiesty, Rakai decided to test the moment by claiming 4KT, NBA YoungBoy's crew. Now let's be real, everybody in hip-hop knows what 4KT stands for. That's not some low-key code word only insiders recognize. But Pooh Shiesty's response said everything. He played it off like he had no clue what Rakai meant, asking, "What's that?" like 4KT wasn't even a thing. And we all know Pooh Shiesty knew exactly what he was hearing. This wasn't confusion, it was intentional. He didn't want to acknowledge anything tied to NBA YoungBoy's camp. And that kind of move is way deeper than just ignoring somebody. That's full dismissal. That's acting like the other side doesn't even exist. In the street world, that's some of the highest level disrespect there is. And the wild part? Shiesty's reaction wasn't just about Durk versus YoungBoy. This was personal. After everything Durk did for him during his lowest moments, that loyalty runs deep. You could see it clear as day when that female fan on the stream said she didn't rock with Lil Durk. Shiesty's whole demeanor changed. He went from calm and cool to showing real emotion, real frustration. And after Pooh Shiesty dropped his highly anticipated first day out track, NBA YoungBoy chose to answer in his own way. During an Instagram live, somebody asked him about Pooh Shiesty's new record, and his reaction was straight disrespect. He laughed it off and basically brushed the whole thing aside, saying, "Is that what y'all been waiting on?" Like Shiesty's return was a punchline. And that response hit different, because it showed YoungBoy wasn't even taking him seriously as a threat, or even as a factor. In hip-hop, getting laughed at can be worse than a direct diss. When somebody laughs you off, they're saying you're not even worth real energy. But that laugh also sent another message: YoungBoy knows exactly what's going on, and he's not backing down. By clowning Shiesty's comeback, he was low-key saying that no amount of loyalty can make up for the time Shiesty lost while locked up. He was questioning whether Shiesty still has the relevance and the hunger to really compete at that level. And Pooh Shiesty wasn't about to let that slide. After seeing YoungBoy's reaction, he took to his Instagram story to shoot back. He started talking about how a lot of rappers be capping in their lyrics, saying he's one of the few really living what he raps about. That was a clear shot at YoungBoy's authenticity and credibility. And once you start questioning someone's realness in hip-hop, especially somebody like YoungBoy, you're crossing a line that's hard to uncross. At that point, it's no longer just about Durk. Now it's personal between Shiesty and YoungBoy. Those IG story posts also made one thing clear: this beef isn't just going to live in the music. It's going to play out online too. Every post, every story, every comment is about to get dissected by fans and enemies alike. That's how modern rap beef works, it's a non-stop back and forth across social media. Now let's be real about why this situation is so dangerous. Both NBA YoungBoy and Pooh Shiesty come from real street backgrounds, with loyal crews that don't play about disrespect. When artists with this kind of street pull start clashing, things can jump past music and socials real fast. YoungBoy's 4KT camp has ties all across Louisiana, and they ride hard for him. These aren't just fans, these are people who've been around since before the fame, and they take disrespect personal. On the other side, Pooh Shiesty holds down Memphis and has strong connections to Chicago through Lil Durk. That mix of Memphis street politics and Chicago drill culture is already volatile. Add Louisiana into the equation, and you've got a recipe for chaos. The real danger is that this beef involves people who've already lost close friends to violence. Durk lost King Von, and that pain is still fresh. When you're dealing with that kind of loss, emotions stay high, and that's when situations can spiral out of control fast. That hunger for revenge can shut down common sense, and that's when situations turn fatal. Another reason this is so risky is the influence both artists carry with their fan bases. NBA YoungBoy and Pooh Shiesty both have young, impressionable fans who idolize them and want to prove loyalty. When fans see their favorite rappers going at it, some will take things too far, trying to insert themselves in ways that can escalate everything beyond what the artists may have intended. And this beef really represents something bigger happening in hip-hop right now. Artists are being forced to pick sides in conflicts they didn't even start, all because of loyalty and industry politics. Neutrality isn't really an option anymore, you're either with someone or against them. That shows how complicated the rap game has become. Sometimes you're beefing not over something personal, but because of who you're loyal to. That's both the beauty and the danger of the culture. The beauty is seeing real loyalty in an industry full of fake relationships. The danger is how that same loyalty can pull you into situations that could cost you your career or your life. So the real question is, what can be done to keep this from spiraling out of control? First off, both artists have to understand the power they hold. Every post, every lyric, every public reaction sends a signal to people who are willing to move on their behalf. The industry also has a role to play. Other artists, executives, and respected voices in hip-hop need to push for these issues to be handled without violence. We've already lost too much talent to beefs that never had to go that far. The truth is, both Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy are big enough to win without constantly feeding into drama. They've got the talent, the numbers, and the fan bases. The real question is whether they're willing to put long-term success and safety ahead of street validation. At the end of the day, this situation between Pooh Shiesty and NBA YoungBoy is about way more than rap. It's about loyalty, respect, and the complicated overlap between the streets and the music industry. Shiesty's loyalty to Lil Durk is real and admirable, but it's also put him in a position where he's inherited enemies he never personally crossed. And make no mistake, this situation is far from over. With both sides having real street ties and devoted supporters, things could escalate fast. Hip-hop has to learn from the tragedies we've already seen and find ways to resolve conflict without more loss. So what do y'all think? Was Pooh Shiesty right to stand by Lil Durk no matter what, or should he try to stay neutral? Was NBA YoungBoy's reaction pure disrespect, or just self-defense? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more hip-hop news and breakdowns. This beef is only heating up, and we'll be here to cover every twist. Remember, fam, loyalty is everything in this game, but sometimes that loyalty comes with a price that's way too high. Stay safe, and we'll catch y'all in the next one.